Good afternoon. It's me, Angie from Learn Love Tarot, here to bring you messages of direction towards our best and highest good using the energies of the daily moon cycle and today's planetary aspects. This message is timeless as energy is cyclical, so do know that whenever you find it is when you are meant to. Thank you in advance for sharing your beautiful energy with me by subscribing to the channel so that the messages can align with you more energetically. And if you do find anything to contain today in the message that does resonate with you, please be sure to let me know that by hitting the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can learn more about me and how to book a personal reading. Personal readings are back open, and that will be located on my homepage. So thank you again so much for being here. We'll go ahead and get out our gratitude card of the day. Okay, we've got our first flipper here. I'll read them both. Our first card here is I am grateful for the fresh start that I am given every day. Secondly, I am grateful for my family who always support me and encourage me to do my best. Well, certainly today, if you've already read my post for today, that's linked there in the comment box. And, you know, I am grateful for the help I have today so I can be here with you. So that is lovely, lovely that came through in the energy today. Now, we do have Friday. Happy Friday to you all. Friday, May 9th, 2025, our 9 energy bringing in the Hermit. Of course, we have the 5 of the Hierophant, and we are in a year of the Hermit energy of cycle of completion. And this is denoted by the path of tradition, because when we do add 5 plus 9 plus 9 equaling a 23, the 23 adds together to form a 5 of the Hierophant. So that will be today's life path energy. And in addition to that, 23 years ago was the year 2002. So we've been seeing this 22 and 222 come up quite a bit, definitely last week and a half or so within the energy. That is the master number of the master architect. And I asked the question here, what did you build perhaps in that year of 2002 that might be cycling back around for you here with love, balance, and harmony, right? That is equaling energies on both sides. Now, the sister energy to the Hierophant is the 14 card of Temperance, and Archangel Michael is the soul energy there that is in charge of the soulmate cycle. So I wrote Michael's on the case, Sagittarian energy here pairing with the Taurian energy of Venus. And then we have the planet of luck and abundance, Jupiter here, who did change Sabian symbols. So we are at now 24, and that's children skating on ice would be the symbol that was divined almost 100 years ago. And the meaning of that is that we see the benefit of recreation as a tool for the clearing process of self-vitalization. So when I thought of, when I wrote that card out today, I was like, oh my gosh, I get to go spend a couple hours with girlfriends and get out of the house tomorrow night. So I'm looking forward to that, and definitely will be self-vitalizing for my own energy as well to have a laugh. It's laughing and loving always is. Hello. Thank you guys for so much for coming in. I always value your support so very much. Here is our list of what was happening in the cosmos, as I noted this morning. Our sun energy, keep in mind that all Taurus readings are going to flavor all of us, so to speak. So you might want to, even if you don't have any placements in Taurus, with the sun there, that energy is going to be affecting us all. So keep an open mind regarding not having to look only at a specific sign, because we have all 12 in our birth chart. I did have an unusual song today. I've never gotten this before, and it was very loud after I wrote this puzzle piece here, because for me, Temperance energy is about finding the puzzle pieces to our piece of the Hierophant, peace be with you. And with Archangel Michael being in charge of the soulmate cycle, this also is considered a soulmate card. Archangel Michael would be helping us with those puzzle pieces to bring energies together that are ready for each other's energy because they have both found balance. This was called the wedding song, There Is Love. And what I didn't know, not only did I not know that it was written in 1971, but it was only a single hit by Paul Stuckey, and he credited the lyric writing with divine inspiration. So again, that's very much this week's energy as well. Our intuition coming online, the aha moments are flying fast. And within that song, I feel like most of us, of an older generation, if you don't know the song, you've probably heard it at a wedding. What I thought was interesting here, everything that I've written in yellow was about this divinity. So one of the parts of the lyric says, "For if loving is the answer, then who's the giving for? Do you believe in something that you've never seen before?" Okay, so that is our intuition, that is our faith, and wherever that faith, whatever higher power that is for you. And what is also so odd about this is that when I woke up this morning, the Next Level Soul podcast was on, and this researcher had synthesized all the information, all the data about what really happened in Atlantis. And also he compiled every single divination or reading channel message from Edward Casey, and put that information and research together to correlate it and bring the information and make it easy to read. So this was a guy, I didn't even know it till the very end when I wrote it here in the margin. The person that was being interviewed on Next Level Soul was named Michael. So funny, not funny, I'm not sure, but Archangel Michael definitely coming through in my own channel messages today. Michael Laflemme, and he has a book out. You can check out that interview on Next Level Soul. And if I remember, if somebody wants to remind me on the comments, I can certainly look up the link for you for that later. So today with the sun's energy, guys, we have the symbol of wind, clouds, and haste. You probably heard haste makes waste. When we rush through something, we usually have to end up doing it again, and that's okay. But this is willing participation again with unseen forces. And we do have, again, the energy of Archangel Michael turning lead into gold, taking those lessons learned, understanding that, lessons aren't here to harm us or to continue to keep us down. We're meant to learn from them and take that lesson as an ascension, part of our ascension path. So let's see where we go. I'm pretty excited to see where we go with these energies today. And there's our balanced energy that I drew a picture of, the full energy, new leap of faith. Maybe you are taking a new leap of faith through the lens of love. Maybe you're just seeing a situation differently than you have before. Maybe now you are agreeing here. This is a crescent moon waxing, denoting new beginnings. This is a shared commonality between these two energies there, and moving forward perhaps in a new leap of faith, whatever kind of partnership that may be for you. Could be a collaborative energy. Liz's reading, if you didn't catch it, it was she does every single morning. She uses the angel numbers. We're both big fans of the angel number book, and I post a graphic on it, and she does a reading every single morning with the angel number of the day. So you can find more about today's angel number linked in my community post there. Let's do 3 more. Queen of Wands. Stella getting our groove back. I know that she talked about masks today as well. And there is the Queen of Pentacles. I just talked about Jupiter. There's a white rabbit there. Seeing the benefit of recreation. A Queen of Wands energy is always a life of the party kind of person. They definitely know how to make an entrance. Mars energy would be denoting then Aries and Scorpio. We do have our Scorpio full moon coming up on Tuesday. Black Moon Lilith has definitely been making herself known as of late. Her energy is still squaring or kind of warring against Pluto and Mars. That's how we learn from challenge. All right. We've got Mars, speaking of Mars, and the symbol of early morning dew. Yep, this is what Spirit wants to talk about today, this collaborative dream. This could be partnership that is supported by Archangel Michael providing this puzzle piece. And we are seeing that we are kind of live and let live energy here, participating with what will be, maybe a bit of surrender energy. Feel like that's our theme here. And there's the balance again, 6 of Pentacles. Now, we do want to make sure who is the giver and who is the one receiving. It's kind of confusing on a 6 of Pentacles because we're unsure if there's any kind of price to pay. What is the expectation here of taking some kind of offer? And we've got 3 people here in this card's energy. And they seem to be the ones, these takers seem to be the ones that are dressed very finely. One of them has a blindfold on, the other does not. And then the person who is doing the giving is not dressed nearly as fine as the 2 receiving. So maybe we have been over giving just a little bit, but let's see here where we go in the energy. So you guys are coming in here as the 4 of Cups. You might have felt a little defeated here recently, might have felt a little tore up from the floor up. Life path 5 today for you, Venus. That's awesome. That Scorpio energy is hitting me hard too. I got a Scorpio moon. And with that full moon coming up, it's kind of like, ooh, everybody else best watch out. That stinger likes to come out, especially on a full moon here. But we're coming in here as perhaps being ready to repair and accept love once again. This 4 of Cups here, we've got the Ace of Cups on offer from Spirit, and we just have to trust, again, willing participation with the unseen forces. She can't see this loving cup that's been on offer. Right now, she needs to use these tools of the Wheel of Fortune card in this deck, the 3 Sisters of Fate, who cut a lot and divine our earthly time here for each human. So this could be a situation here that we just don't quite see fully yet, but you're certainly willing to have this new beginning. Maybe you're seeing someone through a different lens, and that when you finally can agree on this new beginning, see how the images of their faces finally come to this reflection. So even though it's a Pentacles energy or an Earth energy, the water is very calm. Emotions are still. Okay, so you're holding it down. You're holding it together for whatever this situation is here that's maybe leaving you fatigued. You're not feeling the love. You're not seeing the love. Your emotions are pretty pretty on high alert here. Maybe your energy reserves feeling a bit depleted. You're not seeing the love of the situation yet. Okay, but you're coming in again as willing here to participate for whatever this tough situation is that's a little bit hard emotionally, perhaps. And there it is again. Our opportunity is for this new beginning here inside of this shared jug here. And I've never thought that with this card before, but we had an old milk jug. It was really cool. The really tall ones, like you can find them sometimes at antique shows. But maybe one of you guys has an old antique jug. I don't even know whatever happened to ours, but I would have liked to have it. It was pretty cool. Now, in the recent past, yeah, something that has caused this, you feeling a bit filleted, you feeling fatigued here, jealousy, strife, and competition. You're trying to shine your light here, and there's a bit of this backstabbing energy as you're trying to hold everything together in this tough situation. Here's some trifling biatch trying to stir some shiz up here. Let me know if that resonates for you. Wow. Okay. The heart of the entire reading, the most love in the entire deck that is on offer. Literally, there is love. Okay. There is love. When you come at any tough situation through a lens of love, that is always going to be the higher vibrational frequency to hold on to. We don't want to stop pouring into our own cup or over giving. We still have to employ that self-care, or else we do lose this connection with spirit. It's not gone. It's just too staticky for us to be able to receive the messages that we normally would. Now, Knight of Swords came out in the last reading I did in this exact same place, but a different deck. So fast communication, but here paired this Gemini energy paired with the Leo energy, definitely a 5 of Wands. And I did say trifling biatch. So maybe somebody's words were harsh and hurtful. That kind of combination, I usually call that like an emotional lunatic, someone that is not very mature with their words or very mature in their emotions. And words hurt, right? They can cut you down, especially if you're a willing participant here in a new beginning. It's like, you're trying to bring love here, and in the energy, something that has recently happened, you're like, God, can I just get a break here? If someone's not coming at you through the lens of love or trying to interrupt this new beginning for you, understand that, harsh words from others, any kind of bullying situation, it's never about you. It's about their own ineptitude or their own inability to speak with kindness and grace because they don't feel that towards themselves. So somebody tried to stir up some shiz. No way. And that was the last reading I did, Venus, too, was Tuesday, because it was just so time consuming. Getting a little bit better every day home from the hospital since Monday, but it's just a slow recovery process. So I was thinking, don't start no ish, won't be no ish, right? So if that is happening for you, let's kind of see here what the block is. Yeah, unresolved emotions. It's not about you. It's about someone who has not resolved within themselves what they've kept hidden from their own selves, their shadow element, their dark side. Now, with this being the block, the moon, emotions are the block here. Harsh words and the fire of these words, very fast without thinking, shooting off at the mouth here. Again, just like I said, hold your line, hold the line. It didn't feel good, but we can handle words, especially when we know that's somebody else's projection about how they feel about themselves. Okay. Lover's energy here, the choice. This new beginning might be a new choice in love, or a new love, or a renewal of love. This is the King and the Queen of Cups in this deck. And this is about the King of Cups, or Scorpio energy that we were just talking about, showing the cards underneath their vest. And here we have the Crow, communication with spirit. They're also standing in water here. Again, even though this is Gemini energy, the water is calm and it's shallow. Here they're up to their knees, and maybe there's just some emotions that kind of had to be tampered or temped down, okay, regarding whatever this was, a new start after some kind of hurt or dissatisfaction emotionally. We can always choose whether we respond or whether we react. That is a choice. So this is the Queen of Cups here, showing again, this is the spot of what Spirit wants us to know. It's a choice of, even if someone shows us they're ugly, we don't have to respond with ugly. We can still hold our own dignity and grace no matter what is said, because we get it. A judgment call here, final outcome, a 2 energy. With the 20. So a choice, the 2s, right? 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 2 of Swords, and 2 of Pentacles, the 2s, this balancing energy, but with the 0 of protection from God. This is an encouragement here. Maybe we stayed too long at a party, or someone else just doesn't have the emotional capacity. And this could either be you or them walking away from what doesn't give to them. So by not responding, guys, not reacting, rather, you know, that's a choice, so that you can go, there's nothing for me here. There's nothing for them to do back. If you walk away from it and you're like, maybe that person's just having a bad day, or you're very intuitive yourself and you just have a high emotional intelligence quotient yourself, you get that it's not about you. You get that someone else's words and the way that they see the world have nothing to do with you. And if you don't give any fuel to the fire, what choice do they have but to, they don't really have much, they're wanting you to respond, it feels like here. Yeah, Page of Pentacles, information, learning. So shedding of the skin here. This is the senior of all the pages, the most learned of communication. So again, your energy is coming through here of, I know when to walk away from situations. And I just got the Gambler. I know when to walk away. I know when to run. And he's showing the cards here beneath his vest. Just walk away from whatever this was, guys. It's again not about you, not even in a little bit. Yeah, you already know that. Another 2. So bookending here, Judgment and the High Priestess. You know when to walk away and know when to run. You never count your money by sitting at the table. Oh, you never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Let the energy calm and address it later if you need to. And if you don't need that in your life, you don't have to say anything. Yeah, see, 7 of Swords, someone being an asshat. You can't control that. You can only control you. And you're like, I ain't participating in that. I know it's not about me here. I'm going to focus on my own happiness and what I've got going on in my life and my own energy. And what's with the High Priestess? Wow, this marriage here. These are energies that are simpatico here. taking the high road, seeing the forest for the trees, seeing the bigger picture of it all. You can see through the dark here. This is a feminine Hierophant energy, which is our life path energy of the day. How you like that? Even though you see everything and you know this innately, that something that somebody says wasn't kind, wasn't nice, wasn't even correct or true, you've learned this lesson about what to do with people like this. Okay. Doesn't make it any better, doesn't give them an excuse, but again, you don't need that, right? You don't need that energy. Let's see if we can get a little bit more information here, fueling this this collaboration, this agreement on this new start energy, new beginning energy, is this balance. Just be sure what it is on offer, how you're expected to balance, what each person's role in this dynamic is. And fueling this Four of Cups is a burden here. Setting down the burden of the 10, because the 9 of the Hermit is the last step on that stairway as far as life path energies and numerology. There is still growth here to be had. Ace of Wands would be coming up next. This is about examining, right? This is energy outside of you that needs to examine why they hurt people. Hurt people, hurt people. Period. Okay, is that REM? Everybody hurts sometimes. There's a Queen of Swords energy here, book ending the Six of Pentacles. Again, Libra energy of justice and balance, leaving anybody cold behind you. They could turn to stone, for all you care, but you're moving forward. And this is like the highest of integrity. Librans are I've never met a Libra that was not witty and quick with a comeback or quick with their words. And this is what I'm seeing here is like, I don't need to do that. I just walk away and put that behind me. And I'm just worrying about my own new start that I'm working on over here. Okay, what's fueling this Five of Wands? Taurus energy. Again, this is environment. So this can simply be the planetary bodies that are affecting us right now, and the energies here that are affecting us now. King of Pentacles is the senior of all the kings. So I feel like this person, they could be an older person. This is usually someone very well established and kind and generous. So perhaps they are having a bad day. Could be a family member here with the 10 of Pentacles. This is literally any area of our life. This is something that the King of Pentacles should have outgrown by now. Okay, this is her climbing out of an antiquated gown here. So what is fueling the Queen of Cups energy? Again, we got this 10-10 energy of knowing when to walk away. That's someone else's shiz, and if it's their house, I just can climb out of it and go home. You can climb out of it and go home, and not my burden to bear. We do have the energy of Chiron here, which I made in my notes today. I noted that it was at 24 degrees 33, which is a 6 and a 6 of the Lovers. The 12 energy of the Hangman, when you add those two sixes together, someone doing a 180, perhaps even seeing that their behavior or their words were hurtful. Someone that definitely should have known better. Okay. That can even be a boss, or, just, you don't get to be the senior of the group. It's the kids, of high school. They should know better. They're old enough to know better. Okay. And again, hurt people. They do these things because they themselves, this is Chiron here, and this star energy 17. And she, instead of half centaur, half man, this is half fish, half woman. And the soulmate cycle here represented with this ship, that's soulmate energy for me as well. And this is a wish granted quickly. Perhaps you're like, geez, what is that person's problem? Why they fly off at the mouth here, like what I do. Here's a tunnel or a portal of energy. I just said 1010, which was our portal back in October, and we just had a 5-5 portal, I believe, on Monday. That was the right date there. Yep, what's been blocked? Our temperance energy, Archangel Michael, the puzzle pieces to our peace. So here are literally the puzzle pieces, one energy, right, that has found the answers or has found the puzzle pieces. This bird holding the heart here denotes Archangel Michael trying to lead us to the clues toward a soulmate energy. And even people that are hurtful, guys, can be soulmates there to teach us some kind of a lesson about responding or walking away and not reacting. Okay, this is something you just innately already know and feel. This person, again, they should know better. They know better, but you're not reacting to it. I've been seeing that a lot in the energy. I'm seeing a shift of just people not reacting anymore. The collective just like, you're not going to get me this time. And patience is not this person's here. It's in the block position. They were impatient. They were not seeing the puzzle pieces. Again, they should have known better. They were not creating puzzle pieces for peace. It was, and they're not having patience, that's for sure here, because of their own emotions, their own shadow element. What does Spirit want us to know? 5 of Cups. That is where Scorpio is going to be for a hot minute. We're in the first decan of Scorpio with Black Moon Lilith. She's the rebel. And she's the table flipper, right? And right now that symbol is a massive rocky shore. The lesson is realizing the importance of stability of communal rituals due to it creating a greater sense of personal freedom. You ain't bothered. You're walking away. You're not allowing it. Yeah, it stings and it hurts. It's a pain in the ass for you. Have to then allow that out of your body so you don't internalize it. But here we see her not focusing on the 3 cups that are spilled. This person needs to learn and be grateful for the balance that they do have. She's totally the table flipper, right? My Black Moon is in Lilith as well. So, woo! And my moon may be a big weekend for me here coming up. The outcome energy, it looks like this person here, this judgment energy call, maybe they are taking ownership and allowing themselves to see themselves. So if we went from a King of Pentacles in the past, the next stage from the senior would be graduation. And this is all 4 of the kings, all 4 fixed signs. A lot of this major arcana here in the near future, this healing energy. Chiron is at the symbol of a double promise. So envisioning what we hope to experience. And I wrote down Manifestation 101. Okay, the Queen of Cups and the High Priestess here know dang well how to manifest, and they know how to transmute energy by focusing on what they're grateful for and understanding that not everyone has reached the hierarchy of the same level of spiritual recognition or ascension as all of us. Everybody's different. Okay, it feels like you're giving this person or situation some grace here. All right, so the Emperor and the Strength card, surrendering to this eclipse energy. Maybe they're learning how to shut their mouth and keep their opinions to themselves. Eight of Pentacles. There's your work card, Venus. AD on your, if you look at, I love the astro-seek.com. If you know your birth time, Black Moon Lilith is a backwards moon symbol. So this is our regular moon sign here, where the moon is today. And Black Moon Lilith is it flipped the other way. So that would be right before the light completely turns dark of the moon, right? When we go into a new moon energy. So you'll see a symbol in your chart that looks like this, and you will see where that sits in your own personal birth chart for you. And then what I tell clients to do, if I haven't already created a chart for you, just Google Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, for example. You can even say Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, 4th house, right? Wherever that is for you, that's going to give you some huge insights as to where you have rebelled in your own life, what you rebelled against, what life area you rebelled against. So I know I had a mouth on me when I was a teenager, and that being in my 4th house is no shock to me, because even as a teen, even really probably about 8 years old, I was the boss of me. So, and I wasn't having any bossing from anybody else. I'm sure you're probably shocked about that. Let's see what else is happening here. So we've got the Emperor here. It feels like they're making their judgment call about themselves, especially if you didn't give any fuel to the fire here. You know, make them feel stupid. You're like, okay, crazy. What are you gonna, you know that's just their pain. It has nothing to do with you. Let them marinate in that a little bit, especially if it's a work situation. Okay, this might very well be someone who thinks they're the boss of you. Maybe that's why my little story came into play. They usually do end up showing in the cards in some way. Yeah, this is a habitual pattern for this person. It's like a broken record, though, of this energy. You're like, are they ever going to learn to like not fly off at the mouth? Well, if they don't heal it, there's healing here. There's an opportunity for them to step away from that and really learn the lesson of discernment of when to speak and when to keep their damn opinion to themselves. And yeah, there's this past energy here, the lower octave of the Lover's energy here. Strength. This definitely is a person already with the 10 of Pentacles, guys, in the heart of the environmental energy around you. Someone that it's in your tree of life. And that can be literally any of those roots that are connected to your own tree of life. They're learning how to not complain, to not pitch a bitch fit. They're learning how to focus on their own balance rather than being anybody else's business. Okay, but it really may take a lot of strength for them to just not to say anything. There's a mask over their face. All right. Wow. Okay. Let me know. Thanks for telling me that was resonating for you there. Yes, it looks like a little black moon. Absolutely. AD, here you go. It's like the yep, and it has a little cross underneath it, and it is, rather than a crescent moon waxing, it's the crescent moon waning when we're turning the light down to the dark of the new moon. All right, guys, let's look at any advice from Spirit here, just in general. There's that black crow perfect storm. And it's a 44 energy here, which we got with the 8 of our outcome of the Strength card, learning how to keep the mouth shut. It's not about you, and just because someone else can't keep their own mouth shut, it's just because they're not to that place in their life yet. And you're like, I'm just not worth wasting my energy on. It's just not. All right. The angels and guides. That was very fast. Thank you for the advice here. There are no reversals, and look at that. Wow. Our temperance energy. I wrote all about Archangel Michael today, and there he is, 14. Experiencing life as it comes. There's the sailboat here that is on the top of Chiron being depicted here. It's very hard for this person, perhaps. It's been a long time. They've been, again, like this. This is somebody that knows better, that's already a part of our daily life. Okay. Experiencing life as it comes. And on the other side of that, we have this outcome energy, the 4 of the Emperor in the hand. The universe is your partner. Willing participation with unseen forces. Okay. Wow. Wind, clouds, and haste. Just because you get it doesn't mean other people don't. So, or other people do. And that doesn't mean we have to let it affect our own energy. So let's see here what the advice for the Drifter card brings us today. This is so cool. It looks like the water has parted, right? And then there's the sun coming through, the light coming through, and we're just always focusing on heading toward the light, taking the higher road. So the Drifter invites us to step out of our to-do list and our ordinary routine to feel the breeze against our skin, calling us to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the Drifter appears, it is a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination before you set sail. It will become clear as we leave port. Do not wait for a map, as there are none to where we are destined to go. But be sure that we do have a compass to keep us true. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even your own beliefs and preconceptions. Wow, there is love indeed. Few appreciate the energy of the Drifter. Here, you might not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. What I say? You just roll your eyes. You know when to walk away. You know when to run. There ain't nothing for you there to compete with that lower frequency of energy. I mean, this is energy that cycles off pretty quick, especially with the Knight of Swords here, this emotional lunatic energy, and you're still holding steady with this anchor of love. Wow. Good for you. Walking away from the bullshit. Your laziness, quote unquote, is an underappreciated value. You ain't having it. You're just focusing on what you know, your energy, and you're like, I don't need to say anything. I know it's not about me, and that's only going to give them fuel to their fire. So if I say nothing, they got no firewood, right? Maybe that's underappreciated. Maybe that really pisses them off even worse, that you're not saying anything. Usually does. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without you having to search for it, by simply being instead of any frantic doing. Even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go on a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver news from the cosmos. The Drifter helps you find what you are looking for, even when you didn't think you were seeking anything. Wow. So always focusing on the light, no matter what. Okay. Burdens are placed upon us from the universe, from others that are in our world. Again, this is someone lacking patience, Emperor energy here, and with no Empress on the board. That's really, this is like a grumpy old fart. Sorry, it just is. Without the Empress, he needs the Empress in order to be balanced. Okay. The Empress does not need the Emperor, however, because she's a sovereign energy all to her own. So even if someone's been a grumpy SOB, you ain't taking the bait. You didn't take the bait here in this reading. Anyway. Okay, so good for you. Let's get some advice here for Taurus through Aries. Happy birthday to my Taurians. Did you find it, AD? Let me know if you guys know what house your Black Moon Lilith is in. So, for example, if it's in the ninth house, you could have rebelled against any kind of religious upbringing. You could have rebelled in school with your learning. Maybe you thought you already knew enough, perhaps. All right, first one out. This is advice for all of us because the sun is in Taurus, and look at that. Trust the universe. Absolutely. Just keep following the light. Just keep focusing on your journey, and where it doesn't matter where others are or aren't. You can handle an emotional lunatic, guys. Okay. Sun and Taurus, that is for everyone here. Crossed by. Yeah. This is their own ish. This is someone who knows better. That has not, this is pain, right? The Chiron, the healer, had parents who were verbally abusive, and they were also abandoned him emotionally. So unresolved issues much? Absolutely. Just trust the universe, mind your business, walk away. Don't even waste your energy there. Okay. All right. Advice for Gemini. Destined soul ties. What does Spirit want us to know today? Gemini energy of the Lovers. This is a lesson for you to overcome. It feels like here, whoever I'm speaking to today has already learned it. You've handled this no problem. You're focusing on you. All right, for Cancerians, there's the ship again, inconsistencies. It was in reverse, and we do have the heart of the reading, Cancerian energy there with Queen of Cups, and we also have the moon as the block. The block was someone else does not understand their shadow side. You can right the ship that we talked about here. All right. What about for Leo? This is learning to forgive. Leo energy here. The person, this is a Leo card here. First deacon in Mars. Okay. They could be a sparkling expression of self, but they're not. You know, this is a person who holds on to anger, perhaps. So, take that as it resonates for you. It doesn't have to be a Leo person. It's just the energy that it represents. What about for Virgos? This Never Again card, we have a one rock falling or into a pond, creating energy or ripple effects afterwards. And it was in reverse here. So maybe you're giving something another try here, Virgos. There are other priorities here for that Libra energy here next. You ain't paying attention to it. You're like, it doesn't affect me. The opportunity certainly that is fueling our Fool card energy here. Again, you're focusing on you. What about for Scorpio energy? There will be a return. This is a Saturn return kind of energy. Again, it was in reverse. Scorpio's like, nah. All right, Sagittarius. Someone has unmet needs. Okay, there's a feather there. Maybe you'll find a feather to confirm this message for you today. It's not about you, it's their own pain. Capricorn. I need to reach out, but you're not yet here, okay, or this other person isn't, flip the energies where you need to. Aquarius, lessons are being taught. Beautiful roses here. Look at that energy. That's really pretty. We do have the planet of transformation in the energy in retrograde, examining self, our own transformation, understanding the necessary lessons that heal ourselves of distortions of light, our own mess, right? And for Pisces, changes will be made. This is someone balancing their chakras with the sun energy fueling it. And I don't know if you'll have to tell me, I don't know if I pulled that in reverse or not. And lastly, Aries, we outgrew each other. Vedic astrology here, Ketu and Rahu. So Rahu would be the head of the dragon or the north node. South node, the head looks at the tail, at its past. Rahu and Ketu. So maybe whatever this is, you're not reacting. Aries here, we got a lot of planets, a lot of energy bodies in Aries right now, and we are at an anaretic degree of Mercury communication and employing devotion and veneration or great respect as tools of power and beauty. So especially if this is a senior person that knows better, you just holding the lid and rolling your eyes and walking away. That is way more maturity than certainly they deserved. But that's for your own energy, right? You can still hold your own head high, even as other people, project their own insecurities and their pain onto us. It's not fun. It's not a great experience. But it's all part of our learning process of how to deflect those energies. Okay. It don't feel good, but just again, you're like, I'm just focusing on the new beginning. I see what this is. You stayed cool, calm, and collected. I'm really proud of you guys that this is your reading here today. Really proud of you. You're just focused on whatever your own next level shiz is. And I like it. I like it a lot. Ain't nobody going to get you down. Doesn't look like. I hope that resonates for you all. Thank you so, so much. You got a second house, Leo. So your Black Moon Lilith is in your second house. So that can be rebelling against traditional forms of earning money, right? That is our where we start working and earning our own income, our jobs. So it's kind of like you might like to be the boss there, especially with it being in Leo, and you could rebel against any kind of boss figures because you can just do it all yourself. I could definitely see that. You are the boss of you. That's great. Okay, guys. Well, thank you again so much. 222, seeing that all over the place. Absolutely. Definitely the last couple weeks. So I will see you guys tomorrow. We do have Mercury moving into Taurus as well. So we are at that at that anaretic degree of 29 degrees Mercury, where we sit for our ACTs and SATs. And who I'm talking to today, you pass with flying colors because you weren't triggered. You didn't get roped into whatever this was. You held your head high. You made a choice to just walk away from it. And you already learned this lesson, the Hierophant. You used your intuition. So congratulations for passing this communication challenge, this communication SATs, so to speak. All right, guys, good job. I'm proud of you, and I love you so much. Thank you, guys. And until next time, much love from my heart to yours. Bye-bye for now.